Hi, my name is Guy Fredrickson, and today is Sunday, January 12th, 2025, and this is an update on the engine for the Chris-Craft. As I've explained in previous videos, I couldn't save the original engine because it was much too badly corroded on the water cooling side. So this is a replacement engine, small block Chevy, 350, set up for I think 220 horsepower. So with the chain like this, the standard configuration, this is a right-hand rotation engine on a boat. If it was set up for left-hand rotation, then these would be two gear sets and there wouldn't be a chain. And I plan on a future video describing that in a little more detail. Nevertheless, this is the standard configuration, and here's the end of the crankshaft. So in a car, this would be the front of the engine, and the harmonic balancer would mount on here. And this is drilled out, drilled and tapped for 7/16 by 20 threads. So there'd be a bolt that went in here to hold on the harmonic balancer. But in the boat, this is the rear of the engine, so the bell housing goes on here and then the transmission. So there's an adapter that has to go on here to mate up with the transmission. And this is that adapter. So it's keyed, goes on the end of here, and then there's a thick washer and a bolt that comes in from the front to hold this on. So the next situation I have to deal with is that this is a interference fit. So I have to heat this up to get it on to the end of the crankshaft. However, it's pretty tight. The inside diameter of this is 5/1000ths of an inch smaller than the outside diameter of the shaft. Ideally, should be around maybe 2/1000ths or so, but it's around 5/1000ths. So that's a pretty tight fit. But I've talked to two engine builders, and they both said, yeah, you have to heat this up pretty high temperature to get it to slip on to the crankshaft. And, I mean, this came from the original engine. So at that point, the engine had been disassembled, and I took it to a machine shop, and they were able to remove this from the end of the crankshaft. And I actually bought a second engine, an older Chris-Craft engine, to get some parts off of it. But its block was in bad shape too and couldn't be saved. Nevertheless, I actually have two of these, one from the original engine that came with the boat and one from the second engine that I bought. So to prepare for that, I bought a small furnace, a small jewelry furnace or jeweler's furnace off of Amazon that I can use to heat this up to 500 degrees C is the temperature I think I need to go to get this to slip onto here with about 3/1000ths of an inch clearance in diameter at that temperature. And then I purchased a key to go in here to go into this keyway here. Now another issue is the bolt that goes into there is actually an oil gallery. So it's drilled, you see the end of it there. And then, get a good picture here. Comes out there as well. It also comes out the end. There's a smaller hole. So there's two holes at the end of the bolt, one on the side, one on the face. So the crankshaft is drilled out to provide that oil gallery to this bolt. So this bolt is a 7/16, a 3/8 by 24 thread. So this is too small. This is the 7/16 by 20 thread. So that means I have to have a new bolt fabricated for this thread. I don't know why that's changed over the years. If the early crankshafts had the 3/8 by 24, and then later on they switched over to 7/16 by 20. I don't know the history of that. Nevertheless, this won't work. So I've contacted one of the engine builders to see if they can make this for me, or maybe it's something that everyone's already aware of, and those engine shops have these in stock. Not sure about that. Another thing that's interesting about this end of the engine is this gear set. So this will eventually mount on to the end of the camshaft, and this is the gear that engages with the distributor. So Chris Craft placed the distributor into the bell housing. So here's the bell housing down here, and this is where the distributor goes in and mates up with this. And again, more to come on that in the future, but that distributor was built specific for Chris Craft engines. I mean, it's very similar to automotive distributors, but its exact design was specific for Chris Craft engine. And then where the distributor would normally go on the other end of the engine is where Chris Craft has a column that goes in. Again, it gears with the camshaft, but they use that for the tachometer. So there's a rotary cable that goes from the engine to the dash panel tachometer. More to come on that too in the future. So that's where I am right now. My biggest concern is heating that adapter up and getting it onto the end of the crankshaft. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.